Jungle Cruise stars Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, Emily Blunt, Edgar Ramirez, Jack Whitehall, and Jesse Plemons. And this movie is based off Disneyland's theme park ride, where a small riverboat takes a group of travelers through a jungle filled with dangerous animals and reptiles, but with a supernatural element. Now, going into this movie, I was pretty excited. It's got Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, it's got Emily Blunt, two of Hollywood's biggest actors today. I was incredibly excited to see what they would do with this movie, and just purely for the fact that it's a classic Disneyland, Disney World ride that I've been on a handful of times, and it's just a classic. And this movie is an absolute blast from start to finish, and easily the movie of the summer. Of course, you gotta start off with the cast. Like I said, Emily Blunt and The Rock are exceptional as always. They have great chemistry together and give some great jokes. The Rock is so likable, and so is Emily Blunt. And they showcase all of their best abilities in this movie. Another great star in this movie is Jack Whitehall, who I haven't really seen much of. I'm excited to see more from him. And then, of course, you have Jesse Plemons, who is great as always and absolutely eats up the scenery. He is great in the role and one of the biggest on-the-rise stars in Hollywood working today. I can't wait to see more from him. And like I said, this is based off of the Disneyland Disney World ride. And there's some actually great callbacks to the ride. The Rock makes some really funny and really cheesy jokes, just like the skippers do on the actual ride. I love that little callback. It's actually a bigger part of the movie, and there's some little Easter eggs here and there that you can point out. It was just really fun looking at these little callbacks to the ride. The movie is pretty funny. I definitely laughed out loud multiple times, and it's just a bunch of lighthearted fun that's really hard not to enjoy. The action is a lot of fun. You definitely get those Indiana Jones and Pirates of the Caribbean vibes. You can tell this movie obviously took a lot from those movies, but it worked out really well in the end. The sweeping score from James Newton Howard is excellent and just had me cheering on, especially in those nerve-wracking scenes. And almost all the characters are pretty fleshed out, and it's easy to get behind their motives. They're easily characters that you can enjoy. Almost all of them are really fleshed out, and I'm glad that this movie gave time to have those little character moments, as those moments are really important in movies like this. As for negatives, the CGI is kind of off and on. Sometimes it's pretty good, sometimes it's not that good. And the movie's pretty predictable. It doesn't really do anything crazy, but that's alright sometimes. Honestly, except for a handful of slow and bit of exposition-heavy scenes, the movie is pretty fast-paced, and that fast pacing really helped this movie. With the great cast and the absolute fun, immersive adventure that this movie is, it's really hard not to enjoy, and I had a blast with it. One of the bigger surprises of the year for me so far. I'm going to give Jungle Cruise an A-. What a fun adventure this one was. I honestly just want to go watch Pirates of the Caribbean and Indiana Jones. It's such a fun adventure, and I'm sure families will love it as much as I did. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. If you did enjoy the video, do give it a like, subscribe, and make sure to turn the notification bell on to get notified whenever new videos like this go live. Definitely let me know down below what you guys think of this movie. I would love to hear it. I know it's not the best thing ever, but it was still a great time nonetheless. Guys, thank you again so much for watching. My name is Ben. People call me Meter, and I'll see you guys in the next one.